Howdy doody, my fellow shoe tubies. It's your pal Sam, and I'm back in the building with another jam. We have an unboxing today and a review. So I'm glad to see everybody here this weekend. Hope it's a good holiday weekend. Everybody's relaxing and just celebrating the holiday with the people that are important to them. So yeah, we'll get right to it. I got an unboxing here. I was able to snag a pair of these. Now these I picked up. I did see them on some of the sneaker retail stores, and I did see them there, but I was actually able to snag these on StockX, which were cheaper than the retail, so I paid a little bit lower than what it would be for the retail price on Champs, Foot Locker, all the big box retailers. These are going for, I believe, retail of $200 before taxes, and these came out on May 17th. Originally, these did come out, and I'll show you right now. It's a Jordan 12 box, and that's what it is. Jordan 12, Air Jordan Retro 12, size 9, white, university, and blue. These are known as the Melos. Here is the reveal. Holy shnikes. Wrapped in a lot of paper here, but it's good. And yeah, so I was able to get a pair of these. I was gonna say something and I just forgot what I was gonna say. But yeah, the Jordan. There's known as the Melo 12s. So just because of the Denver, when Carmelo Anthony went to the Denver Nuggets, he wore these that year. When he was on the Nuggets, he was drafted by the Nuggets. These were his colors for the Nuggets then, and it's kind of like a PE player edition. And but yeah, I was glad that I was able to get these off StockX. For a little bit lower than what they were going for. You could probably still see that. I think they are on the websites. But these definitely bring back memories. This isn't the first time I got these. So some shoes I get that are for the first time I'm getting. Some I'll pass on because I've had before. These definitely, it's just like, these came back. I remember these in the 2004. When they came out in 2004, that was, I think, the first time they dropped. When a year after, or that season, Melo was his rookie year. I remember getting these. Just a short story here. I remember getting these from the mall, and it was at a store called, I can't remember. I think it was either Against All Odds or Klein's. I think it was Against All Odds in the Crossgates Mall. And these, I think they dropped, but I bought these after they released, so it was months, and they were on sale. I think they only had a few sizes left. I was able to get a size. I think back then I was an 8.5, so my foot really didn't grow by much. Right now I wear a 9. But yeah, it was just good memories having these. I wasn't really a Jordan, like I would get Jordans here and there back then, so it wasn't like I had a collection, but I had a good rotation. I remember I got these. It was that summer of 04, and I remember just wearing these with like some jean shorts, like a regular Yankee hat, just wearing it backwards, and maybe a plain t-shirt, and these would go nice. And then pairing these with some Pepe jeans, oh man, and in the wintertime I would be wearing these with the Pepe jeans. And my rotation in 04, I think I had other shoes, but I remember I had gotten that same year, and because I was working then, I had a job, so I was able to I was living at home, with my parents, going to school, working at Sam's Club. So I had got my paychecks from there, and um, I had gotten the Olympic sevens that year too, and that I think I got from Klein's as well, or it could have been Against All Odds. Against All Odds had some heat back then. They had, some clothes. Like clothes were, the clothes were just the clothes were just insane back then. You can get a lot of expensive clothing. You can get a lot of like budget clothing, and it just looked good. Um, the Olympics sevens I got because they dropped in '04, and then I also got there was one other my rotation. Oh, I think I got the fives, the fire red fives, and then the infrared sixes. And I bought those off some website called Cool Kicks, which was like a website. And in '04, that was like the start of like buying these. And I think this was like a China website. It was like, I think they were fake, but they actually were good quality, very good quality of the shoes back then. On that website, you could have passed them for a real pair, but these I got real in the mall, Crossgates Mall, in Albany, upstate New York, Albany, and they had a store called Against All Odds. Got them there, and that was just like a trip down memory lane. That was the last time I had these. I wore these throughout like the mid 2000s to about early 2010s. I think probably maybe after 3 years getting these, I wore these a lot, and I'm not sure if I wore these mowing the lawn or what. Maybe it was another pair. That might have been my Bugs Bunny 8s I wore mowing the lawn, so those were done. I think I actually wore these out, and then towards the end I just took out the laces and just wore them like around home, and I might have mowed the lawn in these too, but I'm glad to have a pair of these again. I was you can see like the bottoms of these are nice. You got the herringbone outsole, carbon fiber, which is nice. It's black, and I like the way the Carolina blue hits on these. These would go good with a Tar Heel jersey or any Tar Heel apparel. And then this your 12 silhouette. You got the leather here, on the upper. It's like the sun silhouette inspired. I think it was Japanese inspired from the sun with the rays of the sun going out. You got your Jumpman right here, and it's like a plastic kind of material. The toe box looks pretty cool. You got like the ribbed toe box. These, I guess you can call these ribs. The Jumpman on the tongue. You got the 2-3 representing Jordan's number, 2 spelled out, and then the number 3. The laces have the metallic tips on the top, and of course you gotta love the this is like an iconic 12 because you have like the makes up what the 12 is made of is the back. You got, it says Jordan there, engineered, quality inspired by the greatest player ever. The 2-3 on the back, of course, and great summer shoe. It's gonna be a good shoe for the summer. The way the colors are, and it's just a vibrant looking shoe. These are gonna be like a 9 out of 10. Just because they're not OG. I mean, I know Melo wore these, but I don't think Jordan wore these, so it's a good player edition. On the brink of going to 10, maybe 9.5 out of 10. I mean, just because it's not, I don't know. It's just, I wouldn't buy these like as my first. If I had to pick a top 5, these probably might be in my top 5. It'd be maybe 4 or 5, and 4th or 5th in my top 5. So, you got the Jordan Ike logo there, the Jumpman. It says 23 in black right there. And yeah, so, and I also brought I guess I'll show you my other Jordan collection. All of these are dead stock. I have not worn any of my 12s yet, and these the Melo 12s were my first ever pair of 12s. Actually, I think I told you a story back on the other 12 review that I did have another pair that I got in middle school. I traded for my answers the first pair of the Answer ones that were black and gold with the DMX technology. That was my first pair of Jordan 12s, which were like, I don't think they were the Obsidians, but it was navy blue on the upper, and then it was white on this part. So I traded those in 7th grade to my friend Lance. So those were my first ever 12s. These were probably I guess you can say my first new pair of 12s. First new pair of 12s, the Melo 12s back in 04. And then all the other 12s I never had. So, I mean, these are all dead stocks. So, it's my collection of 12s. You got the flu games, the Melos. You got the playoffs. All dead stock. You can see I never worn these. And the cherries. Brand new, fresh out the box. The cherries are dead stock. You can see I did wear them in the house. So I wore them like just walking around my crib, at home, in the kitchen, just walking around. These didn't touch any ground outside yet. None of my 12s have touched outside yet. So, yeah. So these are my 12s. The Melo 12s, great pickup. I'm super stoked about these. And don't know which pair I should wear first to actually officially un-DS. So, yeah, it was great for you to join me today. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Sayonara.